What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Another run here in American Truck Simulator. Today, well, I'm back in the 567. This is pretty much the same truck I had when I did the live stream. I liked it so much. I had it over here on the recording side, the single player side, so I'm just going to stick with it. And today I'm hooked up to the Merit cattle hauler here from Bart. This was one that he hooked me up with, and he even customized the nameplate up there, Tombstone, so my color as well. This one you can buy from Bart. It's $17, I think he told me, so if you guys are interested in that, make sure you check down below in the description, hit that link, and jump on over there to the Facebook group and say, hey, I'd like to buy that trailer. He's got two versions. This is a tandem. He's also got a split axle. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about the recent SCS stream, and there's a lot of updates. Also underneath the hood, Cat C15 500 aftermarket engine, part of the engine modification here. So if you got the Kriechbaum 2.7 pack, hit that link as well, and now you'll have those engines. So let me get this thing going here, get on the road, and then I'll come back and discuss it. Right, so yeah, they had a stream just over the weekend, and they talked about a lot of stuff. And looking over the notes here, check down below in the description for the link for the notes here for the Reddit. Yeah, a lot of them are just kind of summarized, kind of bullet point kind of thing. So there might have been some things that are not in here, but Oregon wasn't discussed. So we're going to start from the top here. Trailer updates, something a lot of people have been asking for, begging for, wishing they can have. They're going to have trailer ownership. That is coming. They're hoping that it is going to be part of the 1.32 update. They'll show more in a month or two, so expect that, guys. And I'm going to read a lot of this word for word, so if you guys are reading it on Reddit, well, it's going to be almost the same thing. They also believe they will have to rebalance the economy with this update. Crone Trailers DLC will be part of this, question mark, possibly, maybe. The trailer update will be both for ETS2 and ATS, though the main focus is on ETS2. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I've talked about this months ago in a ranting video where I was complaining and pointing out the fact that more love is shown to ETS2 than ATS, and these notes here, I'm not going to discuss all the ETS2 stuff, but these notes here are going to be the same thing, and they're focusing more on ETS2 than they are on ATS. So if you guys didn't believe me in that last video months ago when I said it, when I discussed it, when I pointed everything out, this right here will show you basically what was discussed. ATS gets the scraps, ETS gets all the love. So, they also go on to talk about how they're going to revisit the old map content on ETS2. The Renault Range T was approved by the Renault's technical department. See two different guns. So it looks like there's another truck coming. The legal side is complicated, as Renault Trucks is owned by Volvo, and the logo is owned by both Renault Trucks and Renault Cars, so looks like they got a sticky spot there. The new MAN GTX is very close to being finalized and being approved for the game, just legal matters need finishing. So there's what sounds like 2 new trucks coming already for ETS2. There's also a new truck for ATS ready for release, just more legal stuff that needs wrapping up. Trust me, legal stuff can be a pain in the ass. Not from my own personal experience, but from where I work, yeah, there's a project that we're working on, and legal is a bitch. So, but there's a truck ready for release. So already speculation is it's a Volvo VNL. We'll have to wait and see. But it could be anything. It could be Volvo, it could be a T880, it could be a 567, it could even be a Freightliner, it could be an International, because we've seen photos of those trucks as well when they were using them to promote the game. But we'll have to wait and see what truck it's going to be. But right now, Vegas odd makers, if they were ever make bets on this, would be saying the Volvo VNL is the top dog right now. Let's see. SCS engine has been moved forward with new features in the pipeline. They have 3 or 4 people working on graphics. Older version of Windows will no longer be supported from next year, as Microsoft will no longer support them. DX11, 12, and 13 soon. I guess that's an issue for those who might be on Windows 7, maybe? I don't know. I know Windows has been trying to push people into Windows 10, so this is not really a surprise. I think I've heard some Intel chips, or maybe it's AMD chips, are not going to be supporting older versions of Windows, and there's a lot of programs now that are doing the same thing, so there's a lot of software. So if you guys haven't updated, you might want to look into that. There's still quite a lot of work to do on the Baltic DLC. There's definitely on track for release by the end of the year. St. Petersburg has had one guy working on it in the entirety of the project. According to Pavel, it's a huge city. If you don't own Going East, but own Baltic DLC, you will be able to move from the base map to the Baltics via ferries. From Germany, Sweden will also have a ferry connected to Finland. There's already research occurring for the next DLC after the Baltics. So they've already planned ahead for this, but I've already read the notes. There's nothing mentioned, as I said, about Oregon, and there's nothing mentioned about research going on for the next ATS map. But they're already looking into the next ETS DLC after the Baltic DLC comes out. Euro Coach Simulator 2 status update, that's going to be likely a DLC for ETS2. Oh boy. They're looking for maybe 2019, 2020 release. New chassis types are coming for trucks at some point in the near future. It doesn't stipulate which game or which truck, so, you know, let your imaginations run wild on that one. Tuning packs. Pavel can confirm that another truck manufacturer has allowed SCS to create another truck tuning pack. More tuning packs will be appearing soon, and there will be a truck tuning packs for ATS at some point too. Still, no trucks are mentioned, so your guess is as good as mine what we can expect. But that's also one of those, you know, don't feel left out, ATS guys, we didn't forget about you kind of deals. But, you know, ETS2 is still the breadwinner here, and that's what we're going to focus on. So that's the way I read that. Now, here's what's one other little thing. The ability to open windows is coming. Oh boy. I need to calm down. Retain my enthusiasm. Oh boy. Now here's what another interesting thing. Some of you have already heard about Truckers MP and the possibility of AI traffic being in there. And from what I've been told is they're looking at doing that because it looks like we might be able to host our own private server for a certain amount of people. I've heard anywhere from 6 to 12 people. And so rather than going to a Truckers MP server, if I decided to do an open convoy on Truckers MP, people would be coming into my computer, and my computer software would turn it into a server. People would be connecting to my computer to do all that stuff, in which case we would have traffic. It takes care of the whole troll issue, but I don't know if we're going to have mod support, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. But this one also kind of changes things up here. Pavel said the world of trucks should encompass VTCs and support multiplayer, which is always what he's wanted. But it's a massive undertaking. SCS will have to invest a lot of time and effort into the project to ensure it's safe and efficient. World of Trucks will be the ultimate endgame, improved economy, multiplayer, etc. They believe by the end of 2018, World of Trucks will have more community features, i.e. VTCs, or virtual trucking companies for those who don't know what that means. Have patience. They would like official multiplayer truck sim as much as you. So, depending on when that comes out, that could be kind of a game changer here. You're going to have Truckers MP, or you're going to have World of Trucks. And it could very well be they both operate differently. So, we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do here and how they want to do it and when this all happens. And so we could be seeing the online universe that many of us are accustomed to, and well, many of us, are not because we don't do it. It could very well be changing for the good or the bad. That'll have to be decided when that happens. There's no immediate plan for seasons, but they may appear in-game in a few years. Heavier and bigger special transport jobs are on their wish list of things they would like in-game. There are currently some technical issues with this. No ETS or ATS listed, so your guess is as good as mine again. Getting dry mouth here. ATS Special Transport is in testing, but there is still a lot of work ahead, so there's that as well for those who've been looking forward to that one. A World of Trucks event based on Special Transport may or may not be coming at some point. Euro Truck Sim 2 will not have Battle Royale mode. I don't know if that's just an inside joke or what. No loot boxes. World of Truck drops are good enough as is. Then it goes on to talk about Netherlands paint jobs. Could soon be released. No super overpowered engines allowing you to fly. Oh, darn. Next-gen Scania trucks will be included with AI vehicles soon.
Can I get a witness from the congregation?
Hey, someone just followed over on Twitch, and the sound came through here. How? I need to take that out of OBS here. But, let's see. There may be a, quote, driving school of sorts added to the game, allowing players to improve their skills. This driving school will teach real trucking skills, but it's only in the planning stages at the moment, so don't hold your breath on that one. Oh, only a handful more to go. More physical rewards for World of Truck events are coming soon. Spotify integration is on the SCS wishlist. Pavel very briefly mentioned better Discord support. One-day backgrounds like the ones from the World of Trucks events may be purchasable through Steam or from Steam for players who may have missed the events or may be new to the game. Scandinavia DLC may expand northwards in the future once they start to rebuild and update DLC areas, sort of like the Germany rebuild. With World of Trucks, it may be possible to bridge... See, I let off the clutch and hit the gas too soon. It may be possible to bridge ATS and ETS2 to have the same company operate on two continents. Trailers for transporting new Scanias are coming, and finally new AI vehicles look to be coming as well. So there you have it. Still a lot of stuff, more stuff for ETS2 than ATS. So those of us who enjoy the game or still play the game, we're gonna have to wait. We're getting the scraps. ETS is still getting the love, and yeah, I pointed this out to you guys. I hate to be a Debbie Downer on this. I mean, some of this stuff is nice. Trailer ownership, and for me personally, I could care less. Yeah, that adds a nice little spin to the game, but okay. And we get possibly maybe one truck once Link is taken care of. But they talked about at least 2 trucks for ETS2. Both the MAN TGX and the Renault Range T. So, take it however you want. I've heard people complain that SCS is Now, this is not me. This is from what people have said to me in Discord, private discussions, so I'm not going to name names or anything, but I've heard everything ranging from the trucking industry here in America is stingy, and they're not, you know, sure about something like this, about ATS, even though the game's been out for 2 years. Apparently there isn't anything, you know, making them say, okay, we'll join. And then again, when SCS doesn't even have their own YouTuber based out of America here, he's out of Britain. I would think maybe having someone that's American, like maybe Fabiano, he's the biggest guy, and it's American and still plays this game, I believe. You know, having someone like him might help a little bit. Yeah, if I'm an exec or someone over at Freightliner, you know, I don't care about what you're doing with ETS2. That's all nice, but that's Europe. That's not here in America. You know, I want to know what's the game doing in America? What do you have in store for our vehicle in your game here in the States? That's what I'm interested in. But, you know, there's been that aspect, and then I've also heard the other side, the flip side of the coin, where they believe SCS is dropping the ball on this one, and they're not really pursuing this as hard as they probably could or should. And they're kind of, you know, tiptoeing, taking their time, and not really giving it 100%. They're trying, but, you know, kind of half-assed, you know? So, take your choice, take your pick, what side do you want to be on. You know, I really wouldn't be surprised if it's a little La Column A and a little La Column B mixed together in the center somewhere. You know, we've seen it already with what they've been doing for the last year, including what's coming up for the next year between ATS and ETS2, and you know, who's getting the better end, who's getting the better meal here. And you know, if they're putting more focus and emphasis on rebuilding maps and new DLC, and they're already planning the next DLC, but not a word about ATS DLC, and they've got 2 trucks in the pipeline, and then, you know, all this stuff that they're planning for ETS2, to me personally, it makes me think that they're not as focused on ATS and building up the base for ATS as some might wish they would be, or some might think they are. I mean, the proof is in the pudding right here. This is from their live stream, so people can go ahead and try to dispute me on whatever, like they did on the last video I did about this, but it's right here. They said it, Pavel said it, or whoever was doing the stream. So, ooh, that was a bad time for that save to kick in. Damn near brought the truck to a stop. But, no, some good news. Not as much as I'd like. But, I'm sure many of you guys will be excited about it. We'll just have to wait and see, what they end up doing. And how far they go with this. You know, how long are we going to have to continue with the, you know, the half-handed, you know? I don't know. We'll see. But here we are, dropping off cattle over here. Lovely trailer from Bart, if you guys want to check this out, or the split axle cattle hauler here. Make sure you jump over to Bart's Facebook group, which is linked down below once again, and yeah, go check it out and pick it up. So that is it for now, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, you can do the opposite. Don't forget to subscribe here. Hit the links for Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. Concurrent mods list down there as well. So until next time, thank you all for watching. Take it easy.